The Ranga Nui leads us, but he represents all of Rautai.
Huge. Absolutely huge. In fact, if I can keep in my mind, I'll remember just to send him as melee into Primordials. Alright.
You look like you've come with a purpose.
Very well. Okay, apparently you weren't the one that I told about this. Who do I need to talk to? Sura. I know he's here. Just don't remember which one he was. Is he the one downstairs? Yeah, it's been so long. Where is he in this room? That's the room. Army. A young woman with a bright, wide smile, eyes to match, raises her hand and gives you a quick but enthusiastic wave. Then, with an exaggerated look of embarrassment, she stops herself and crosses her forearms over her chest.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you?
Yes.
I've never met anyone famous before.
Well, now you have.
Except the Hazanui. She yells at me sometimes.
Are you always this excitable?
It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country.
Rough country.
I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this.
She shakes her head in wonderment.
You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places.
Sabormi folds her hands under her chin, watching you intently. I'm just gonna go, why does that interest you so much?
I love Rauatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms, or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere.
Her boring expression sags, but only for a moment. Haza Nui yells at you?
Oh, all the time.
She screws her face up in the look of mock seriousness. Still, she can't keep from smiling.
Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Sabormi, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines.
This last comment, she leans close, her eyes wide and voice low with awe.
All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name.
You're the quartermaster. Can you sell me something? Her face scrunches up in
I
disappointment.
really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Hazanui's orders.
Okay.
Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
Very well.
I'll handle this.
Are you just gonna let it...
I shall be discreet.
Region. Don't mind us, we're just gonna go into this back room over here.
Pyro cheats, I'm telling you.
It's impossible to cheat at Hazatoa.
He acts like he's gonna do one thing, then he does something else.
That's called strategy.
Clear
And
skies.
don't you work for Atsura?
He tilts his head and he watches you, his eyes unblinking. I destroyed the luminous Audra at Kohara.
Excellent. My reports confirm a certain amount of confusion in Queen's birth.
He smiles.
Nevertheless, I'm more interested in reports the storms around the islands have cleared. What do you know of this?
He leans a little closer, his hands folded behind his back. Strong concentrations of essence affect the physical world. That's how blight manifests, for instance.
Fascinating. And most encouraging. You've proven most valuable. Accept this as a small token of our gratitude.
That is a small token. He hands you a purse, but the expression is distant, as if he's still thinking about what you told him.
We'd long suspected something unnatural was behind the storms, but we had little evidence.
The smile playing at his lips is that of a man who's seen the next 3 moves in a game of Hazatoa. Ratui's plagued with terrible storms. You think there might be a connection?
Yes. If the storms that assail Rawatai have a similarly
Rawatai.
unnatural origin, then perhaps they too can be stopped.
He looks back at you, his eyes bright with purpose.
And if that's the case, then there's more work to be done. Work that you might be able to help with.
Another silence passes as he regards you.
After all, somebody has to keep the peace in these tumultuous times, no?
He smiles, showing you all of his pointed teeth.
In any case, Hazanui Karu has a matter that could use your help.
Okay.
Her office is on the main floor behind the large double doors.
Okay.
It's most conspicuous.
You seem different from the rest of the Royal Deadfire Company.
How do you mean that?
Nope. Never
As you wish.
already done that. Done the top one too. Kind of remember that now. The question is, Temple of Guan. The Temple of Guan. I think that's in Negataka, right?
Atsura tells me you tamed the storms of Poko Kohara.
She scratches her chin with the stem of her pipe, watching you with a new interest.
Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Andra's mortar.
She takes a thoughtful puff of her pipe. Why do you say that? She grins, smoke curling between her teeth.
Don't tell me you've never gazed at a horizon and wondered at what lies beyond. Or seen a no trespassing sign as a challenge.
Mischief tugs her smile across her broad jaw. In that moment, she looks somehow younger. I believe in calculated risk, not reckless adventure.
The greatest risk often guards the greatest reward.
She considers you through a plume of smoke.
Rautai's storms have made us who we are as a nation. Hardy, driven, inventive. But they've also held us back. Forced our people to seek resources and livelihoods far from our homes and families. Imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms.
Her bright eyes watch you for reaction. Seems simpler to live with them. No, not really. You think something in Andra's mortar will help you with that?
Why not? The storms there cannot be natural. Not when they are so ferocious, so constant.
She motions to the window. A thin stream of smoke follows her gesture.
And your exploits at Poko Kahara suggest that something else may be behind them. But enough of that for now.
She waves the smoke between you away. Atsura said you need my help.
There's an understatement.
She knocks the bowl of her pipe against wooden hand.
The trouble in Hasango forced us to send additional ships back to Rawatai to make up for shortfalls. And storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here.
She purses her lips with displeasure. What are you asking me for?
We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka. We've contracted with a captain named Widler.
Flicker of distaste passes across her face.
Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development of some special projects there.
She takes a thoughtful draw on her pipe as she looks at you, seemingly deciding what to say.
She's one of the brightest minds in Rawatai, and it shows. You two will get along.
Her amusement manifests into the barest lift of her eyebrows.
Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer.
Okay. What's the shipment?
It'll be easier for Okaya to explain.
She puffs a thick cloud of smoke between the two of you. She doesn't break your gaze, but the effect is almost the same. Widla and her crew. Who are they?
Good sailors with a fast ship and no mind for questions.
Chomps a little hard on the bit of her pipe.
Any other questions?
It's important. I can handle it. What's next?
Widla's agreed to meet our courier out at sea, away from the heaviest traffic.
She gestures on the map to the open water west of Nekataka.
This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her.
She hands you a purse.
Fleet Master Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo.
She watches you appraisingly.
This is the kind of job that's best completed quickly and quietly. I'm counting on your famous discretion. Clear skies.
Do I have discretion? Sees. Okay. Oh, Haxwell, what's up, man? Thanks for the host. And thanks for stopping by. Okay. Let's see if that temple's where I think it is. I want to do this if we can. Oh. I do appreciate it. Thank you. See if it's Serpent's Crown, Takata's Estate, Mogi Palace, Serpent. Do we know where the Temple of Quan is? Keys Overlook. Good stairs. Bullet the Hole, Undercroft. Have I not gone to the Sacred Stairs yet? Alright, let's head for the Sacred Stairs. That we had. Yeah, we've been here. Margarin, Temple of Guan. Here we go. I just gotta remember to keep 1,000 copper in my inventory. Otherwise I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that money that I was given, I spent it. Or I lost it. It was rough seas and I accidentally dropped it. Okay.
It's you.
Do a quick save, just in case she set someone off. That it's you.
Here's where I do the ritual.
I
Right
can't
there under the statue
believe
of
it.
Gon.
Is that really you?
Solid meals and decent sleep have filled Morton's lean frame out somewhat. The man retains a fox-like aspect around the face. Greets you with an indecisive smile, unsure whether to be nervous or pleased.
Guess it's Lord now. Never thought I'd see you again.
Slightly remember you, but don't fully remember you. Morton, been seeing a lot of old faces lately.
Hear that comes with the job. You being a watcher, I mean.
Morton grins sheepishly, then ducks his head.
I've been helping out here with the Dawn Stars, handing out food mostly, or delivering supplies. Not so different from Gilded Vale, maybe. Took some getting used to, working shoulder to shoulder with Raid Sarens, but it's not so hard as you think. Feels like I'm on the right path, toward a little piece of redemption, maybe.
Yes, everyone's chasing after Athos these days.
You too, eh? Don't know what you have to be sorry for. Would be nice to get some answers, maybe. Or forgiveness for getting his people killed. I don't know.
Well, good luck.
Doing my best, Lord.
Morton smiles and inclines his head in a bow.
Yeah, I hear you. Happy to oblige.
Gon hears your prayers, surely as I do.
High Priestess. As you approach, a wood elf strains over an altar to Guan, her robes marked as a high priestess. She arches and cracks her back loudly, a satisfying grin spreading across her face soon after.
Jody, I do hope you are not getting into trouble now.
Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Pride, Elof. She smiles at the sight of a stranger. You're the high priestess of this temple?
Do swine stink like shit?
Okay. Interesting answer from a high priestess. Was not expecting that. She hits you with a toothy smile, eyes glittering with amusement.
I'm guessing you're not here to worship. Then what can I do for you?
You're devotees of Guan. What about Athos' other manifestations?
Gon's the only one that matters.
I don't know why. Something's happening.
Lath rolls eyes. Continue. Saywin shuts her eyes, exhales sharply, and then opens them again to regard you with a patient smile.
The Shining God's got many faces, but they're all his to wear. Divine King Widewin, he saw the dawn stars, telling him of things to come. But it's gone with sickle and lantern that's come to the Deadfire. Our God's returned, and he's gonna bring balance to the world. He's gonna right all the wrongs we have suffered. Gone will bring a new beginning for all of us when that hour comes.
You must be getting a lot of people in here these days.
Oh, yes. People are afraid, angry. Change can be frightening. But what did any of us come here for, if not a new beginning?
Doesn't this place get a little damp?
No more than anywhere else. No sense fighting it. The water sustains our faith, surely as it does these trees.
Well, farewell.
Sure.
For weathered and aged, this tree is dotted with buds and nascent branches indicating new growth. Abandoned kitty. Come here, kitty.
May Aethys's light shine upon you.
Okay. Rubbing the back of her neck self-consciously, Jody casts her gaze to the side.
Nothing like a homecoming to make a girl remember her roots, even if they are dried up and half dead.
She sighs, nudging a bit of mud from her boot before she lifts her face to settle on you with her big, dark brown eyes.
Sometimes I wonder if my brethren don't think I got black ichor running in my veins.
People often fear what they don't understand.
Suppose they do. Suppose sometimes people do bad things in the name of their gods. But my brethren do
Yes.
more good than bad, and more good than most. Besides, I often don't understand you, Watcher, but I ain't afraid of you.
She ducks her head to hide her smile, but her eyes never leave your face. They glinted with a mischievousness. I'm gonna say nothing.
Gods, but you sure do get me to rambling. Don't know what comes over me when my mind goes all hot and bothered, and that makes me think untoward things. Gives me notions I don't need to be getting.
Okay.
I can't risk straying when I got a duty to gone.
Speaking of gone,
Yeah,
she cants her head to the side.
lay it on me.
We came here to cleanse your soul.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. I've done this before, but never with such a full lantern. You may want to stand back. The experience can be somewhat intense.
Kneeling before you, the statue of Guan, Jody sets her lantern between her knees. Head bowed, she presses both palms to the copper cage. A low chant tilts from her lips. Lilts from her lips. Tilts. As it grows louder, the light from her lantern glows brighter, as does the lantern that the statue of Guan holds in one skeletal hand. The two lights pulse in rhythm with the chant, resonating with each other, twin heartbeats that pound faster and stronger until the light from Guan's lantern bursts outwards into a shower of violet-hued rays. The essence bathes Jody, bent form, making her jolt upright as a cry escapes her.
Don't know if I feel cleaner, but I feel something. Blessed for sure.
Jody offers you a half smile and retrieves her lantern, trembling fingers curling against the gleaming metal cage. Heidi.
Let's just hope it lasts. Because my lantern feels as heavy as ever. Full to brimming with essence. Like dark water spilling over my mind.
Why are you gathering souls into your lantern?
I was born to reap souls and lead them to the light. Now with Aethys dead, and these dire visions, I think I need to shield them from a hell gone dark. But the more I gather, the more my mind turns to tatters.
The beyond hasn't gone dark. It's well lit with living Adra.
Not yet, no. But soon.
Subconsciously, she clutches the tighter to the hilt of her sickle.
Dawn has shown me the coming end.
And you should amass as many souls as you can before it's too late.
God knows I'm trying. It ain't so easy.
Her fingers smooth along the flat of her sickle as she sighs.
You could help. Give me a holler when a lost soul is near.
I kind of want to hear this one. The Dawnstars are all about goodness and light. Why are you so concerned with death and darkness?
Why do you think the god of rebirth held an aspect of death within him? You can't have life without dying. There ain't no beginning without a prior ending. Ain't no day without night. No spring without fall. You can't grow crops if you never harvest for seeds.
Fair. Let's be off.
All right, I'll be right behind you.
Okay, so she's a little bit better now? Do the family pride now. Queen's birth. Go check out the family pride thing now. Man, that happened a while ago. That was the fight that we stopped under the, No, I think we didn't stop it. We let it happen. It was the fight that we let happen under that waterfall area. Speed this up a little. Okay, so whose house should I look at? Esparderdo and Valera.
I say, you stepped on a sacred palm beetle.
No, I didn't mean to. Darn it, you think that's bad luck on me now?
Ikera, the elders say...
I want to hear the rest of this.
That sounds Wait, you wouldn't be pulling my leg now, would you?
Let's do resolve. Wow, those houses are really close together for them to be fighting.
My face still hurts, but not as badly as a sword through the gut.
Okay. Dos Valeras.
Laro has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto.
Nera loosens her grip on her ledger.
Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata.
I get the feeling that there's still unfinished business.
Fuck. Nothing has been solved, only delayed. Here, for your discretion.
She passes you a pouch of coins that added a short mark to her ledger before snapping it shut.
You have not met Mother, have you?
No. Nera thumbs her chin, leaving a spot of ink behind.
I'm certain she'll have work for someone invested in the family.
Okay.
I'll take care.
This instrument appears to enjoy frequent use. It's impeccably tuned. These dour portraits seem to observe your movement and up and down the corridors. Interesting. It's one of those perspective paintings. An empty room.
Look at this.
Don't mind us.
I wish I could.
Slippery as an eel.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty good, huh? There.
This girl is sunbeam and a shade.
Why not?
Door real quick. There we
No sweat. Got it. Eh? No problem.
Wow, that was a really nice room. I really enjoy looking in your guys' rooms. Don't mind us.
Eh?
You guys all stand out here.
Won't work. Let's see.
Is this? Looking up at the night sky, you'll see the moon Balefa. Ubiquitous and persistent, she remains forever in view, but also forever out of reach. What many people do not know, however, is that our world is actually orbited by two moons, Balefa and Kaldua. Thought we already knew that. For some reason, I remember something along that line.
Sure.
There used to be 3 moons. Midwife's memoirs. My mother, living every note of life's song, bringing me into this world, was her last verse. For this, my father scorned me and abandoned me. For this very same fact, my town's midwife and adherent of Hyla raised me on her own. When I came of age, I learned that Hyla visits us on the screams of women in childbirth, and when a woman dies giving life to her children, her soul is carried away and reborn as an avian attendant in Hyla's court. Through the miracle of Queen of Birds, my mother has been with me, watching over me this whole time. I wear her fetish charm of Cloud Singer, the bird I dreamt my mother became. My feather trinket look gaudy and unbecoming, but it's a signal fire to women in need that I am a trained midwife, blessed by Hylia and living every note of life's song. The Queen of the Birds wills us to shepherd new life into the world, and not, as the other gods so often desire, to end it. A follower of Margrim once mocked my faith, saying I worshipped paintbrushes and birds, piddling the things beneath gods. I do not resent the other gods and the brutal necessities that they must oversee. But is not language, love, the arts, and creativity that which separates us from simple beasts? Highly allows us to rise above our savage, feral slaves. I'm often amused that, upon seeing our holy aviaries, visitors frequently ask, "This is nice, but what is the real temple of Hylia?" Perhaps they think hollowed ground requires oppressive stonework and ceilings that hide the sky. They do not realize the Bird Queen stands not on ceremony. She makes herself manifest in the music of birds and in the beauty of ubiquitous open sky. Hylia prefers the worship of 2 children singing over 1,000 petitioners silently praying for her victory. The Sky Mother asks so little of us, and yet so much. We are charged to live every note of life's song. It surprises me how many fail to embrace the divine calling. I don't know, I just wanted to read that. That was kind of fun.
Why not?
Okay.
Yep.
The lore in this game is so good.
Ah, yes. A newcomer. I thought you might visit.
Get that. Sparkling.
Lady Izali Bardato. Custom dictates, I say, at your service. But I have not the time for such lies.
Wow. She regards her with a cool expression, but stands with a fighter's poise.
Will your animal be tracking mud through my estate?
Senior Mittens will behave.
I will hold you to it. You saw my son dueling with the Valera boy. At least he survives to learn from his mistakes. Those who aid my blood profit by it.
Azalea produces a purse from her desk drawer and tosses it in your direction.
When Valera and Bardato cross each other, only blood and sorrow remain.
Azalea sighs, her gaze turning away. Do you see your families ever making peace?
Perhaps in time, if great Wodica judges us worthy of supporting the company. Word has spread fast about the little spectacle at the docks. You've certainly caught everyone's attention. Perhaps the Watcher of Katnua and House Bardato can help one another.
What is it you want?
Queen's Beth, Whispers of a Valera plot against my family. Something grander than pointless duels. You are a newcomer to the Deadfire, uniquely positioned to loosen Valera tongues.
She taps her chin and regards you thoughtfully.
Zilli Valera strums a lute by the watchtowers. A meek-tempered boy, fonder of song and drink than the family business. He might spill something of his family's affairs.
What if there's no plot against the Bardettos?
Then I will sleep better at night.
Taylor shrugs, her brow
My
furrows.
hopes do not hinge on being proven right at every turn.
Alright, I'll go see what I can get from the Valera boy.
Try not to alert the Valeras of our knowledge. That is the point of involving an outside agent.
Nodding, Azalea turns her attention to her desk. I notice something unusual. Your attention is drawn to Azalea's desk. Among the assorted ledgers and documents is a brass seal, still dripping with heated wax. The drippings have dried into an almond-shaped pattern which resembles the shape of an eye fringed with bird feathers. A nictating membrane flicks across its surface in a barely perceptive wink.
Are you still with me?
Azalea breaks your focus by waving her hand in front of your face. She glances between you and her tidy desk, frowning. Your desk, the eye. She glances back at her desk, this time with impatience.
I'd venture that you're working too hard.
Alright. I want to ask why they're feuding.
Because we do not belong in the same business. The Valeras are opportunists reaping the rewards of happenstance. They're little better than the pirates they're charged with slaying.
Alright, well, farewell then. I wanna attack pirates. Interesting that note for the candle waxing. Supposed to be by the windmill, right? By the mill. Period. You gonna be behind it? Or is he near it? Where's this dude? Maybe where the two hazards pit, both families have states. I'm gonna go to the Valen house first. Hey, you have a wolf companion. Come on, I don't get you jerk.
I'll take care of it.
Guild frame is flaking.
You're looking prettier than when you left or so.
Merla, cut it out. Taught Laro a lesson, I did.
Hmm. Half the Bartender guards are on the take, making money hand over fist over there. Hmm. I was hoping they would have like somebody talking to me too about what's going on. Poor Otello's bought up the old refinery he could, as if you can't tell.
Would you look at this?
Dim in the lantern.
Pretty good, huh? No sweat. There. Done.
An equal opportunity thief. Nice.
I'm afraid not.
Vanity seems self-amused. Apart from the wash bins, a fine layer of... Oh, I can't read that fast enough. Fine layer of dust has settled on the surrounding tin and jars. So this house doesn't seem to be doing as well.
A new face in the Valera halls.
Tello Valera's face is lined and weary, but his coat is tidily buttoned, his posture faultless. Valera, I'm pretty sure I caught a member of your family dueling with Bardetto. He nods solemnly.
You will forgive me if I'm distracted. Trouble and scandal plague my household. You kept Laro and Orso from the beyond. We could use such a mediator.
Okay.
Martino has need of muscle and brains outside of the Valera house.
Tello frowns towards his son. Had some questions.
I will entertain your curiosity.
Mentioned something about a job.
Let me take point on this one, Father.
Martino pats Otello on the back and turns to you with more severe businesslike expression.
Some royal Deadfire crews have lately taken to pirate hunting. One such crew has been boasting of their victories near the Wild Mare, singing their Rauatai songs and making our clients anxious.
Okay.
Hunting Principe dogs is our business. With all these problems with the Bardatos, now is not the time for competition from the Brass Citadel.
I'm kind of with the Brass Citadel.
It would be better if they took their business elsewhere.
I'll talk to these sailors for you.
Perfito. I am sure the words of the Great Watcher will save the day.
Jano punctuates his sing-song mockery with an exaggerated sigh.
Make sure those royal bastards understand the Queen's birth is Valera territory.
If they're from the trading company, dude, I think I'm already kind of an ally with them. Yeah, if that's the Royal Deadfire Company, which I think it might be, you're kind of SOL, my friend. I'm gonna go to him and be like, keep doing what you're doing. I was just hoping it was like a job where, I don't know, they were gonna send me to kill some of the other family, the Bardettos. Oh, the watchtowers. Well, here, let's go to the Wild Mare real quick. Check out those guys. Maybe we can get in their good graces. And before we come back, we'll go to see if we can find the kid with the loot. Near the watchtowers. Why did I hear a windmill?
If my people would control my talent for their own ends, Kara, I owe them nothing in return.
I suppose you just...
Did all that on your own, lounging in the bathhouse?
Kara, where are... on my head.
Man, I keep missing the conversations because I'm looking for stuff. I'm gonna actually just go up to the watchtowers real quick. Assume this is what they mean by the watchtowers. But the Wild Mare is right here. Okay. I don't know what that is, but I want to check out that.
Where in the blazes is that old man?
The woman lingers in the stage, near the stage with a mug of ale clutching tight in her hand, but she shows no interest in the dancers. The bags beneath her eyes speak too many long nights spent drinking in the tavern. She looks lazily about the room until her gaze alights on you with interest.
Have you seen an old elf hanging around here lately? Dresses funny, probably drunker than an eel in a barrel of mead.
Can't say I have.
Andra's crushing void, I thought as much.
She sighs heavily and pinches the bridge of her nose.
Listen, the guy I'm looking for owes me a lot of money. 5,000 coppers. You help me find him, and I'll give you 20%.
Who owes you money?
The drunk old goat I was pestering you about, Oswald. Like the credulous fool I am, I gave him a loan and he ran off before paying me back.
Alright, deal.
I can't thank you enough. No one's been willing to so much as tell me the date until you came along. The man I'm looking for, Oswald, was especially fond of one of the courtesans upstairs, Analis. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
Have you tried being nice?
She wasn't receptive to my particular
Should have tried to get more money out of
charms.
her.
Let's see you do better. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
Got a few other questions for you first.
What do you want to know?
What is your history with Oswald? She groans theatrically like she can't bear to recount the tale.
Ugh, the man's a family friend. Has been for... must be 4 generations now. The perk of being an elf, eh?
What does Oswald owe you money for? She stares in depth of mug and sighs.
It's my fault, really. I should have known better than to believe that damned old drunk knew what he was doing. Man's a wizard. You understand, and a tinkerer. He convinced himself and me he could, with enough luminous adra, create a device that would add years to one's life.
Interesting.
Must have been a crock of shit, because one day he up and ran without a word of explanation or apology. I thought I knew him better than that.
Well then, who are you?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. But hey, what the hell?
She rakes an impatient hand through her dirty hair.
I'm one of the countless minor nobles that litter the Deerwooden countryside.
Oh, really?
You know Admeth Hadret, hero of the War of Defiance? He's my great whatever.
Shrug.
My thoughts exactly.
Farewell. Alright. We're gonna talk to the captain.
I do. Over the din we had fighting to the north.
Fedora raises her tankard to her lips and studies you over its rim. This is the bounty. Pirate and his wolf are both dead.
Perfecto for the Republics.
Fedora tosses back her ale and turns to salute the rest of the wild mare patrons.
The Iron Thunderer has a worthy home.
You don't seem to be having as much fun as the rest of the clientele.
The fun ran dry with the coin.
She manages a wan smile.
When the dancers see more than an empty purse, I will be a content Randor.
Sighs up at the stage. Next grog is on me.
Grassima. Even in the oasis I am parched.
She pockets the coins and glances back, or past you to the bar.
If you grant wishes, there is a vacancy on my ship.
Fedora frowns, cracks to reveal a shy smile. As the captain of the Defiant, I'm already taken.
Sientere, frero.
Fedora inclines her head.
Next time around the wheel, perhaps.
Farewell.
My one solace from the tedious bureaucracy.
Maybe Gentle knows.
Now, what can I do for you?
Have you seen a group of Royal Deadfire Company soldiers in here?
Aye, they're up on the balcony outside. Noisy bunch. If this is some kind of trading company squabble, take it elsewhere, right? My staff already have more work than they need. And blood's damnably difficult to get out of the rugs.
Very well.
Be seeing you.
I will not do anything of evil to them, sir. I assured you. Or I will assure you.
Mine now.
Something, something, family squabble. Something, something. I'll check it out later. Hey, let's talk to her. A young woman reclines on the cushion, a hookah hose held delicate in her hands. Eyes closed, she sings to herself. Her voice is soft and inviting. She doesn't move when she hears you approach, but slowly opens her eyes with a lazy smile.
Come, lay your head on my breast.
Whoa.
I will read to you the work of my favorite poet, Skilber.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Khan's looking for someone named Oswald. Sound familiar?
I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now please leave.
She gestures towards her door and makes a shooting motion. What if he's in danger? Don't you care about his well-being?
If I knew a man named Oswald, and if that man was in danger, I would still decline to be involved. Now, is there something else I can do for you? I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now please leave.
Alright, 250 copper.
How dare you?
Her hand ball into a fist at her side, she fixes you with a glare of hot enough to melt iron. My mistake, I meant 500 copper. Aeneas cranes her neck to peer over your shoulder, then snatches the coin from her hand and hastily shoves them into her pouch. At her waist, I lost 500 copper.
Oswald has visited oft of late. He's a sentimental old man, and he longs for the words of our homeland, Adir. I would often read the old epics to him in their original El Dadiran.
Her eyes gain a distant, unfocused look, and a wistful smile spreads across her face.
He's grown paranoid recently, however, always muttering about the shadows following him and other such nonsense. It was quite unnerving, frankly. He came to me in a panic a few days ago and shoved his journal into my hands. He told me he'd be back for it, but I've not seen hide nor hair of him since.
Okay.
I wonder, perhaps his journal would help you find him. Here, take this key. You'll find the journal in my armoire.
Why not?
Okay. Oswald's journal. Go ding ding. This afternoon I walked the streets of Nekataka and felt an unusual spring in my step. Cannot be sure if the fine weather of the archipelago or my great distance from the Deerwood and the blasted Goose and Fox Inn that has gifted me this buoyancy of spirit, but I am grateful nonetheless. I've seen no sign of the girl Hylia be praised. God's willing, I've slipped her net at last. A Swinsendag. The shadows are strange here, seems to be moving of their own accord. As I passed from Queensbirth to Paracetti's Overlook this morning, I could have sworn I saw one turn to face me, then another. I fled the area as quickly as I could, and as far as I can tell, I was not followed. I have many enemies, and as any man of roguish, adventurous mind should. Okay, though none have cause to search for me. I knew these shadows must be but a trick of the mind. Still, I am uneasy. The next entry is written in shaky, wild hand, clearly penned in great haste. Richtling sing dag. As I put me down to bed this evening, I heard a faint whispering beneath my window. I always leave it open to better catch the breeze, and thanks be to Halen for it, or I might have been none the wiser. However, when I went to investigate, no one was there, and yet I know I heard voices. I may be old, perhaps even paranoid, but I'm not crazy. I must leave this place with all haste. Gods protect me in my flight. The next and final page of the journal is a symbol of Vodka, a broken crown scrawled in deep red ink. Poor goddess. Okay. Okay, where is this balcony? It's out here. Two birds, one quest. Two quests, but two birds, two quests, one stone. There we go. Yeah.
Oops. Whose guts twist her around like a rusty corkscrew? Oh, Defiance Bay, am I right?
Sizable Amma smiles and claps you on the shoulder hard. Who are you again?
I was but a face in the crowd, but I remember the one who walked out of Hadron House alive.
Taps you on the shoulder again, harder, and this time you recognize inebriated behind his enthusiasm.
He's had more than a few. Perhaps we should go before this ends in rambling professions of love.
Leans close to you, speaking low.
I must be seeing double, Elfman, because it's like there's a great big lady crouching on your shoulders.
Sailor squints at Alas and shrugs. Alas presses his lips together and for a few seconds looks as if he's struggling against a Silmir.
So, what brings you here, friend?
Interesting that he saw her. Oh, what are you doing here?
Captain gave us extra coin to occupy ourselves while we're on leave. We've been draining Valian wine cellars and trying to remember the words of Rauatai anthems, loudly as often as not.
Turns his compatriots with understanding glee. Chino Valera wants you out of Queensbirth.
Valera, one of the stuck-up pirate hunters. We move for no one, friend.
Look, if you just beat it for a few hours, then we both win.
No. Tell the Valeras they can lick my boots.
Anything I can say or do to convince you to leave?
We'll leave when we're good and ready. Valera should get used to waiting.
Alright, on second thought, you can go about your business.
That's what I thought. Now
Are they with the Deadfire Company?
You come by for a drink or just a chat?
I'm gonna need you and your friends to clear out.
I do not understand. We have done nothing wrong.
The sailor looks from his fellow back to you with a mixture of hurt and confusion. It's nothing personal. There's an angry ghost right where you're standing, and I mean to banish it.
Joking. There's no... No... Really?
Stare into the space with your mouth hanging open.
Back to the ship! We should never have come!
The others flee are stumbling on their feet in haste. Maybe it's just your imagination, but you hear the rustling of cloth and what sounds like a slow, exhaling breath move past your ear. Okay. You handled that in a relatively peaceful way. I didn't want to kill the guy. Especially because he called me a hero. Something in those pillows, but there's too many people around. They'd see me steal it. Maybe.
Yeah. My eyes are peeled.
Wonder survival away for plus 15 to stride. I don't know who could use that. Nobody's wearing a belt though. It can be used for anybody. Well, a couple people are using a belt. You know what? I kind of want it on him. Put it on him. Kehu can have it. Because when he turns form, making him a bit more mobile would be kind of dope. Boom. Enjoy that, you.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to steal. I'm glad I went back up to try. Did good. Finish off this quest, and I think I'm gonna call it for tonight because I'm getting tired.
Have you got any leads on that mad old goat yet?
Here's the journal. Khan flips through the Oswald's journal, then stops, looks up at you, eyes wide. Someone has hastily scrawled broken crown symbol of Boudica across the last page. Khan mutters to herself. She traces the symbol with her finger and crown.
Oh, Oswald, you really stepped in it now, haven't you? Getting mixed up with Woodikins?
Poor
You
goddess.
damned old fool.
She shakes her head sadly and closes the journal with a snap.
Where could they have taken him?
Chews on her lip, lower lip, in an uneven teeth, and mutter to herself. You must have sailed through half the Deadfire to get to Negataka. Anything catch your eye?
Not really. To be honest, I spent most of the trip out from Defiance Bay, bent over the bulwark, giving Andra a taste of my innards. I hate boats.
You and me both. Oh, I heard it. Khan laughs a little, mostly to herself. She seems to only half hear you, her thoughts wandering elsewhere.
Damn, if only I could find that captain who gave us passage to the Deadfire. Bet he'd know. Wait a tick.
She blinks, remembering.
When our ship neared Nekataka, the bosun told me about a weird temple on an island in the Karatapu Channel, southwest of the city. She wouldn't tell me what it was for, though. Got real spooked when I asked.
Seems as good a place as any to start.
Go take a look then, and let me know what you find.
Okay, she marks the location on the map.
With any luck, you'll catch the old goat there in one piece, and we'll both leave here with some weight in our purse.
Interesting. We got a quest that, to me, is a little bit more interesting than the family feud going on right now. But we'll decide what we do tomorrow. For now, I'm gonna call it. Maxwell, thank you so much for hanging out and lurking, as well as you, Sergeant Nugget. I hope you're having fun in WoW. I'm gonna be on relatively early tomorrow. I think there's some house projects that I want to kind of tackle before I get on. But oh no, actually no, it's gonna be a little bit later. I'm probably gonna go rock climbing tomorrow, so it's gonna be another late stream. So we'll say probably around 8-ish again. But a good play for a good couple hours, definitely. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for all the other lurkers. I know I had a couple of others in here that I'm not sure who they were, but thank you for hanging out. And for all of you guys watching on YouTube, I will have those videos up from last night up as soon as I finish. I forgot to publish them, but they'll be done. And then I'll get this up tomorrow as well. All right, hanging up. See you guys later.
I can be quiet if you can.